We're joined by Jonathan Hackett. Jonathan, tell me, what does BMO and what should other financial services companies be doing to encourage the energy transition?
Yeah, I think the real challenge that we have is that the energy transition today exists in a world that is really on exception. I know it's strange to say I believe that financial technology is the most important technology in the energy transition, but if you look at the evolution of solar panels as an example, photovoltaic cells have gotten better and better, but it's truly project financing, structured finance that's accelerated that space. And when I think about the ability to drive the energy transition, banks, financial institutions have a massive role in taking the tools that we use to make the rest of the economy accelerate, go faster and faster every year, and apply those to the technologies of the energy transition. And I think if we get that right, financial institutions will play a critical role in driving the energy transition.
And what sort of financial structures are having the greatest impact in that world?
So it's interesting. I think there's kind of a bifurcation. You've got scaled solutions like structured finance, like project finance, something that allows solutions that are better, solutions that are able to provide a benefit to scale up by taking small equity investments, pairing them with large amounts of debt at a low cost, and allowing those projects to be deployed over and over and over again. On the other side, you've got really solutions that are bespoke, that are extremely impactful on the adoption of technologies. So things that really look at how you can bring together catalytic capital, things like Breakthrough Energy Catalyst, or in the case of Canada, things like the Canada Infrastructure Bank, alongside traditional capital, and use those to push the boundaries of what's possible. So we see opportunities where you work with that catalytic capital and say, if we're going to drive a solution, how do we drive a greater adoption? How do we drive greater decarbonization when we're doing it? And use those learning points to then drive adoption across the broader economy by showing what's possible.
Wow. And so if you had any advice for financial leaders who want to drive change, what would it be?
So I think one piece is to think about how you can do, counter to what I just said, things not always on an exceptional basis. The reality is when we look at the energy transition, you're talking about trillions of dollars a year in financing that needs to occur. That's only going to occur if people invest in looking at the real underpinnings of how financings happen and change them. So if you talk to your risk team, you talk to how you measure capital, how you measure risk, if you talk to your compliance team, understand where these things are actually happening, and then really look at your business strategy and say, how do I take a change in how I drive that business so that these solutions are in scope, so that these solutions get the appropriate treatment that allows us to really accelerate them? That's where you're going to see a bigger change versus telling somebody, hey, try really hard, and I'm sure something will happen.
Well, Jonathan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.